Picture this, it's Monday morning and instead of waking up to an empty calendar and having to go hunting for mortgage leads, you wake up to dozens of notifications of leads that want to buy a home from you. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, this is actually really possible, and we're gonna cover 3 of the best ways that you can generate mortgage leads for your business. And the first is by partnering with an apartment locator. What is an apartment locator? They're essentially licensed real estate professionals that instead of working with buyers, they work with people that are looking for apartments. A lot of loan officers don't even know about this referral source. I knew an LO from my time doing real estate. He did a moderate amount of volume and he wanted to do more volume. He was busting his butt doing what he was doing right now. So if he wanted to do more volume, the first thought was that he needed to bust his butt even harder. So I asked him, I was like, have you ever thought about partnering with an apartment locator? I knew kind of how they work because I had been an apartment locator prior myself, and I had a bunch of different referral partners that I had set up. He had never really thought about it, but he was skeptical because, let's face it, LOs spend so much of their time chasing down real estate agents, taking them to coffee for little to nothing in return. That's totally understandable. So he thought about it, and even though he was skeptical, he decided to give it a shot because if he didn't do something, he was going to continue to have to work his butt off. So I connected him with one of the locators that I worked with whenever I was working there. They were one of the top producers. And after the talk, he was really excited. They were gonna send all of their renters that wanted to buy to him, and he was gonna send everybody that couldn't yet get approved for a loan that needed to rent for another year to them. Then it was like a week later, he got his first lead. He was super excited, hopped on the phone with him. Then he kind of was disappointed because this person, they weren't as ready as he thought they would be. He thought he was gonna be getting hot, ready to go leads, putting in an application, and it turns out these people, they were renting and they had a lot of questions about the home buying process. They didn't know for sure if they wanted to buy now or rent another year, but he decided to go ahead and continue talking with them, nurturing the relationship, answering their questions. And then a couple of months later, they ended their lease at where they were renting and they went under contract on their first home. He would have never got that lead if it hadn't been for that relationship. To this day, he's still getting referrals. He's still sending referrals. Not every one of them closes, obviously, but it's a great partnership because that apartment locator is already building trust with their people. So whenever they send them to you, it's a lot easier to work with that lead. We help loan officers add 3 to 5 new deals to their pipeline every month. If you want to see how we do that, I've left a link down in the description for you. Go ahead and check it out. The second best way to get mortgage leads is organic video marketing, such as posting videos on a YouTube channel or making content on TikTok or even Instagram. The reason that I love this strategy is that as time goes on and you post more and more videos of educational content, tips, advice, people will start watching those videos and they'll start developing a relationship with you even though they've actually never met you in person. The more content that you post, the more opportunities it has to get found by people, and what you'll notice is as you start building a library of videos, you'll start getting more and more leads, and the best part is once you make the video once, you never have to do anything again. It's always going to be getting you leads, so it exponentially grows over time. I first discovered the true power of this whenever I first started in real estate myself. I got my license, I was ready to go. Now, I wasn't in a position to where I could wait 3, 4, 5 months before I closed my first deal. I really needed to make money sooner rather than later. I had a family we were expecting, so I needed this to work out. I didn't have time to go out and hand out my business card and start networking because the fact is, most of everybody already knows somebody. And I'm brand new, so why would they use me? Usually it takes a couple of years to get a solid referral base, and I just didn't have that time. So I came up with this idea to start posting content on YouTube because then I could target people that were relocating to Nashville and the Nashville area. And those people, they didn't have any pre-existing relationships. So if they found me on YouTube and reached out to me, then I could close the deal. I needed this to work too, because if this didn't work, I wasn't gonna be able to do anything in real estate because I didn't have enough time to wait to get my first close. So I started posting videos, and just like 2 or 3 weeks after I started posting, I got my first lead, and I was super excited. They messaged me, they're like, we binge watched all your videos, we're wanting to move to Nashville, we have 3 kids, 2 dogs, I can't remember the exact, but they let me know their family, they let me know where they're living, they let me know the school zones that they wanted to be around, the age of their kids. They've binge watched everything so far, they love the videos, and they want to set up a call. If that sounds too good to be true, that's how almost every single message from YouTube leads is whenever they reach out to you, and other platforms as well. YouTube's one of the best in my opinion. If you put out good video content, people will know, like, and trust you without ever talking to you in person. So I got on the phone with this lead and I was obviously super excited. I was about to get my first close over YouTube, and it turns out that they were looking to move later that year. It's like 7 or 8 months down the road, and as I said before, I needed to close something now. I helped them as much as I could, and then we set a follow-up schedule to follow up 7 or 8 months down the road, and I was a little bummed out at first, but then I started getting some leads later on. It was about a month later that were ready to move sooner, and I was able to start getting some money coming in, and then all of a sudden those leads that were looking to move later on, they started to come around and I would work with them. Once YouTube gets going, then it pretty much will always keep giving you leads. The more content you give it, the more leads you'll get in the long run. So this is a great strategy if you have a lot of time right now but don't have a lot of money to invest. And that brings me to the third best way to get mortgage leads is paid ads. The best platforms we found is TikTok and YouTube. Video content does a lot better, especially in the real estate industry. And if you're somebody that has a good consistent income coming in, you're closing deals every month, and you want to get your production up, you may not have the extra time to go out and network and go out and make content. Maybe you want to scale this thing up to where it's like an actual business and you can get it to where it's running pretty much without you. And that is when, as a business owner, you want to start looking into paid acquisition. A lot of people may say that paid ads don't work in the mortgage industry, but why do some of the biggest companies in the industry consistently run paid ads? And I'm going to tell you a secret. For some LOs, paid ads, they don't work. And we've ran almost 100 TikTok campaigns for mortgage loan officers just this year, and we've seen some struggle, but we've also developed a system to where the majority actually thrive. And that's why some of those LOs typically aren't able to succeed with paid ads in the mortgage industry, because it's an entirely different game. They aren't handling the leads right. That's why having a system that works is important. If you're going to spend money on paid ads and spend the time, you definitely need a system to convert as many of those as possible, because if you don't, you could end up wasting a lot of money. We have a video coming in the future about the dark truth of online leads, so make sure to subscribe to be able to see that. Now, if you're a mortgage loan officer and you want to add 3 to 5 new deals to your pipeline every single month, and you want to see the system that we use to do this for our clients, well, I've left a link down in the description below and in the pinned comment. You can check it out. And if you want to check out another video, make sure to check out this video where we talk about the dark truth about online leads. We'll see you in the next one.